Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about this palette right here. It's a Colourpop Misunderstood palette. I'm going to be doing 3 eyeshadow tutorials and this is one of them. This is such an amazing palette. It's $22. It doesn't come with the mirror, but it does come with a cool design on the inside. It comes with 5 matte shadows and the rest are glitters, and the color payoff in this palette is so amazing. I've been really enjoying doing looks, except this one right here. It's called Sing. It's a pretty chunky glitter shadow, so you're gonna experience a lot of fallout with this one especially. So make sure you follow my Instagram because I've been posting all of the looks that I'm going to be showing on this eyeshadow tutorial. If you're interested in this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button so you're notified of the next time I post, and let's get started. Hi guys, welcome. So I got a new headband, super excited. I found this one at Walmart and it reminded me of Mickey ears a little bit. So I decided to pick it up for this video. Don't judge me, it's a little girl's headband. Alright, so we're gonna be using the Misunderstood palette. Alright, and just like always, I've already primed and set my eyes. And the first color we're gonna be going into is called Tragic. Now this one is very close to my skin tone color, so I do go in a couple times with it just to build it up. You can kind of see it, but like I said, I go in quite a few times just to get this to show up on my eyes. I am building this color from my crease almost all the way to my brow bone. I want to make sure that this color shows somewhat, just so I can have a good blend with all the eyeshadows. Alright, so the next color we're jumping into is called Devious. Now, Devious and Tragic seem to be in the same color family, so I will be kind of building this color up more just so you see kind of a gradient between these two colors. And if you've seen my episodes before, I do go above my crease just because I do have hooded eyes and I want to make sure that these colors show up. So I'm jumping back into Tragic to kind of blend out the harsh line and make sure everything is looking smooth. So I forgot to record of the next shadow I start using, so I'm inputting which colors I'm going to be using next, and it is called The Fates. Please don't look at my nails, I know I need to redo them. Alright, so I'm packing on this color. I'm going to start first on the outer V area of my eye, and I'm going to start to build this up. And after I pack it on the outer V, I'm going to drag whatever is left on my brush towards the inner corner of my eye. Alright, and to smooth everything over, I'm gonna go back into Tragic and blend out the harsh lines. Now that we have blended everything over, I'm going to go back into the color The Fates and build this color up one more time. I want the outer V area to be as defined as it can be. I want it to be pretty dark. Alright, for the first time ever, I'm going to be using Colourpop's Jelly Shadows, and this is in the color Just Your Voice. Now this is from the Ursula part of this collection, and it is this beautiful glittery blue shadow, and they're really easy to blend. They're super glittery. I just use my fingers and I just built it up as much as I wanted it to, and it's so easy to apply, and you have no like real fallout from these shadows. I kind of wish I would have started using these shadows from the beginning, because oh my goodness, the pigmentation on these jelly shadows is amazing. Also guys, I just want to let you know that although I'm building this up, it never once gets super cakey. It never breaks up on me. It just looks so smooth on the eyes. Alright, so I'm jumping back into the Fates, and I'm just gonna blend the outer V area with the jelly shadows, and it's so easy. They blend so amazing together. I highly recommend the jelly shadows. Alright, so that part's done. Now I'm going to finish some of my makeup, and we're gonna jump into Mongrels. This is a super glittery shadow, and I do use a setting spray to make sure that I don't have too much fallout with the glitters, because this one definitely has glitters in it, and I think if you don't use the setting spray, you might get quite a bit of fallout on this one. Alright, so we're gonna jump in the color 101, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to smudge my eyeliner with this color. I want the blue to be the star of this eyeshadow look, and I felt that the eyeliner was distracting from it, so I'm going to kind of smudge it on top of the eyeliner and make it kind of like a dark smoky eye on the outer V area. Alright, so now that the top of my eyeshadow look is done, we're gonna do the bottom lash line, and we're going to start with 101, and I'm pretty much going to do the same thing that I did to the top on the bottom, and I don't go all the way in with 101. I just go halfway in. I like to do more of a cat eye look, and I feel like this gives me a more brighter look. The next color I'm going to be jumping into is the Fates, and I'm going to smudge this one all the way from outer to inner lash line. Now to blend everything together, I'm going to be jumping in with Tragic on my bottom lash line. Alright guys, so this is the finished look for the first eyeshadow tutorial. I really love this one, and I'm wearing the Ardell's Full Mink Wispies in Demi Wispies. These are actually pretty comfortable lashes for me, and I really enjoyed this look. I think it's almost monochromatic for me, and I really enjoyed it. I love my new headband as well. Alright guys, welcome to the second look, and this one's going to be more of a soft everyday kind of look. Now I already primed and set my eyes, and we're going to jump in with Tragic, and I'm going in from crease to brow bone, same as the last look. Alright, so the next color we're jumping into is Devious. and we're gonna build this into the crease area. Alright, so since we don't want any harsh lines and we want everything to be blended well together, we're gonna be jumping back into Tragic and blending everything out. The next color we're going to be using is 101, and this is going to be a smoky eye. Now I'm going to pack this on my outer V area of my eye, and I'm going to slowly build this color, tapping off the excess every single time. I'm going to do this quite a few times, just slowly to build the black. The black is pretty pigmented, but you always want to go easy with black, because if you mess up, you're gonna have to start all over. It will mess up the whole look. Alright, I am taking a clean, fluffy brush, and I'm making sure those harsh lines are well blended. And obviously, I'm going to go back into the color 101. Alright, so once I have the color that I want on my outer V area and it's pretty smoky, we're gonna go in with Underworld, and I'm gonna put this all over my lid except on the outer V area. So I wanted to use as much of the colors as I could. So the next color I'm going to be jumping into is pain and panic. And all I'm doing is pretty much putting this in the middle of my eye. I want this to really make my eyes pop. Alright, so this is pretty much about 2 hours later. I went to go and have lunch with my hubby. So now that the top of my eyeshadow is done, we're going to jump into the bottom, and we're going to go in with the color 101. And same as before, I am putting this close to my bottom lash line, and I'm not going to go all the way to the inner part of my eye. It's just going to go halfway to give me more of a cat eye once again. Alright, and to smudge that black color of 101, we're going to jump into Devious and put that on top. Since this is a couple hours later, I hadn't gotten a chance to put setting spray to make sure that my eyeshadow doesn't go all over my face, so I needed to swipe all that glitter off. Alright, so the next color we're going to be jumping into is the color Mongrels again. This is a great inner corner highlight, I have to admit. I know that it's probably a lot of the glitter falls out, but it's so pretty on the inner corners. Alright, and this is the finished look for the second eyeshadow tutorial. I really enjoyed doing this one. It's super easy, super fun. I did not put any lashes on, it's just a coat of mascara. Alright guys, so I'm wearing my new headband again. And like before, I prime and set my eyes, and this time I'm trying to take inspiration from Disney's The Evil Queen from Snow White. So the first color we're jumping into is Tragic, and same as before, we're going to build this into the crease area, almost up to the brow bone. I do apologize for the lights. The sun kept coming in and out almost throughout the whole video, so sorry about that. Alright, so the next color we're jumping into is Devious, and I'm going to pretty much put this in my crease area to just a little bit above it. And to make sure there's no harsh lines and everything is well blended together, we do go back into Tragic one more time. Alright, so the next color that we're going to be using is 101, and I'm going to pack this once again in my outer V area, and I'm going to do this slowly, and I'm going to do this many times until I get the right pigmentation and I get it as dark as I can possibly get it. Alright, so once I have that pretty packed on, whatever I have on my brush, I do drag inward into my crease area. Once again, I'm jumping into 101 and packing this in my outer V area and making sure that I tap off the excess, and whatever is left on my brush, I just tend to drag that color once again into my crease area. Alright, so the next color we're jumping into is Devious, and I'm gonna use this to pretty much blend out the crease area and to make it just a tad darker. I want to have a good gradient. And to make sure that everything is well blended together, we're going to go in with Tragic once again. Alright, so the color we're jumping into is called Forest of Thorns, and what I'm going to do is pretty much use this on my brush and use a setting spray to try to get this to be as purple and as pigmented as I can get it on my lids. But I found that even doing it this way, I wasn't really thrilled with it, so I do go over with it with my finger, and I don't bring this color all the way to the inner corner of my eye. I leave a small amount just without any of that color there, because we're gonna go in with a different color. Alright, so the next color we're going to be jumping into is Sing. Now this is a pretty chunky glitter shadow. I tried using it with a setting spray, but I found that it didn't blend too well, and chunks of the shadow would tend to fall off. So even towards the end of it, and you'll see it in the video, I do use my finger instead to blend it a little bit more. But the color is really pretty. As you can see, it really like stands out. It's more metallic than even the purple one. Alright, so the next shadow we're going to be jumping into is called No Spots. Now, I was pretty nervous about using this particular color because I've never used white before, and I am using a small pencil brush to get in between the inner corners of my eyes because I don't want it to be everywhere, and I use my finger to blend out the edges. Alright, and once again, I am going in with the color No Spots to make it a little bit brighter, and I'm also putting this in the inner corner of my eye. Alright, so we're jumping back into the color 101, and we're just going to blend out the outer V area. And this is where I found out that the color Sing was pretty chunky, and I had to go back in with it with my finger. Alright, so now that most of my top eyeshadow is done, we're gonna go in with the bottom lash line, and we're jumping into 101. Same as before, I'm using this as close to my lash line as I can, and I'm not really dragging it all the way in. Alright, so the next color we're jumping into is Devious, and we're just gonna smudge this on top of the color 101 and blend everything together. So we're jumping back into the color No Spots, and I'm just connecting the top shadow of the white to the bottom. I'm gonna run it just a little bit in to make sure that the white really pops. Alright guys, and this is the final look. For lips, I'm wearing the color Evil Queen. It is a matte red. And for lashes, I'm wearing the Ardell Faux Mink Wispies in Demi Wispies. This is actually my favorite look out of all three of them. I love this one. It's so pretty, so purple, and I love the bright lip. Alright guys, so that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video.